idea what if we made it legal.
All right, hi everybody. This is Nikipa, your friendly exchequer. We're gonna get started on the finance meeting. It is August 5th. We've got our committee here. Our account balances as of July 31st, 2025, checking $40,008.14. Savings, $34,364.11. CD, $10,654.61. Event bids. So to finish off June Fair, we had a wonderful June Fair. We had 598 SCA attendees. We had 1,558 modern attendees. Our gross income, that's before we take out all the expenses, was $35,599. After the NMR and PayPal fees, that left $33,753.98. Our total expenses were $22,120.30. So our net profit was $11,633.68.
That's amazing.
We are doing a volunteer share for Glenmere for running the gate. That'll be $2,000. So our total retained by DragonsLaire is $9,633.68. And all of those numbers will be in the financial meeting minutes, so in case you missed any of them. All right, moving on from June Fair, we're going to Autumn War in September. I do not believe we have anyone here to present new business. Okay. Moving on to Harvest Feast in October. Haldora is not available, but we did hear from her. She made a request to the Finance Committee to have Harvest Feast be have PayPal available for pre-registration, and that request was approved by the Finance Committee. Also, reading into the minutes, the approved complimentary persons, so that'll be their excellencies and the two champions who are seeing their next person, the next champions in. And that's per the customary. So those are noted in the finance meeting minutes. Do we have any new bids for events? Yes.
I don't know if this counts, but I will bring it up. We have not yet, to the best of my knowledge, had anybody volunteer to run a baronial yard sale this year. And I am hereby volunteering.
Yay.
I've got too much crap around.
Okay. We do need to get that in the Seneschal's meeting first before we get it in the finance meeting.
Okay.
So
I'll bring it up before I forgot.
we'll put a pin in that one. Okay. Moving on for purchases, expenditures, and fundraising. Do we have any new business related to that?
Oh, sorry. Fall A&S Day.
Was it in hers already?
I don't think so.
You put it in your report, and I've got a mention on it here.
I just remembered that They want a $200 security deposit that turns into a donation for the space.
So, let me get that
No, I didn't put it
added.
in here.
It wasn't an O, by the way. I feel like you did mention it at a prior
I could have.
meeting.
If it happened before last week, I wouldn't
I
remember.
don't think so.
No? Okay.
You've slept since, isn't it?
Okay, we'll put a pin in that as well. All right, purchases, expenditures, fundraising. No new business was brought up to me prior to this meeting, but does anyone have anything right now?
I sent an email to the finance committee. The Seneschal responded. Is that a part of this meeting?
No, it'll be part of the next meeting.
All right. Administrative actions, I have some news. As of July, all of our signers with the bank are current. Also, as of yesterday, I have access to be the online account manager, so I can set you up,
In a good way.
so that you can, maybe we can turn off the paper. Maybe we can. All right,
We don't
next.
even have to put it in this stuff.
Next, a proposal for heavy rapier yak winter indoor space at Silverdale Lutheran Church.
Yeah, so I would like to be able to use that space from October 7th to March 31st. It's about 6 months, but minus December 23rd, because of holidays, obviously, I think makes sense. Doing the math, it comes out to about $750 for total pricing. They're only asking for about $30 a night to rent the space on Tuesdays.
Why did I get 720? I got 750 when I did the math, and taking a day off, that would be 720.
Maybe.
Maybe, can you count the day?
Yeah.
Just so, you know, if we had the right amount, we could get it solved by the end of the meeting.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it was 1,000 for the fairgrounds, is that correct?
I don't know. I wasn't aware of those ones. So I
It was
don't know.
not cheap, and there was a lot of double booking issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's much nicer over
And
at
there,
Silverdale.
it's a very nice facility, that is very clean. There's working restrooms.
And they communicate when, the only time we had a double booking, they communicated and didn't charge us for it.
Yeah.
Can we do
So.
June fair there?
I wish. I think parking would be an issue.
So for now, it is 790. So there's 25 weeks.
Okay.
Calculator.
Okay. Anything? Do we need anything else?
I'm very much for it.
And
I'm
I
for
don't
it.
want your money.
What?
I don't want your money.
My money.
Yeah?
I think they're asking.
Oh, yes, no, yes, I'm fully supporting I'm brain. Yes, fully supporting, winter practice.
Yes, me too. Okay, so approved.
I apologize. My brain was not with the current conversation.
Okay. I don't have any additional administrative. Does anyone have anything else? I don't imagine so. Okay. So, and we don't have anything new for long-term maintenance agenda items maintained until resolved. So, no news on day shades from 2022. All right.
Okay, all right.
That ends the finance meeting and moves on into the Seneschal's meeting.
Why is Bridget making a
Did I just
face?
hear, there's an item on there from 2022?
Yes.
Can somebody, do we want to table that, and so that you don't have to
Is that
keep
the
following
burrito
it?
there?
If
It
it's 3
is-
years old?
Let's see.
And what is it?
It is purchase of 3 baronial day shades. The last bit was Bag project we'll revisit
Oh,
after
it's-
June Fair.
It's the burrito. So, to explain, the amount of canvas DragonsLaire has exceeds the function of any modernly created totes. Totes shatter annually. So there is a process of creating what we affectionately call the burrito wrap, but it is a canvas wrap specifically made for each canvas. So that way you have the top and the walls in one complete package. The Baronial Steward, the Baronial Chronicler, and the Baronial Baroness are working on them as we can. It's taking a while.
All right, I just didn't know whether it was something that kept coming up and it needed to be tabled or,
We're working on it.
okay,
Hi there.
thank you. The more you know.
Brian can give you a update on Autumn War. He's doing the archery part for Autumn.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Do we still need money for that? Like, is that why it's
Yeah, I
still on the
need-
financial?
It stays on the financial until after the event.
Until it's completed? Yeah. Yeah, it's still there. Because we don't sew that fast.
Oh, this. I
Yeah,
thought you were
burrito
talking about
wraps.
Autumn War.
Not like
No,
that.
I was talking about the burrito wraps. Now waiting for finished bags, so they have to be completed to be. Yeah, okay. I apologize for it still being on your notes. We don't sew that fast.
I was told to keep everything on there until it is done.
Very valuable.
Okay,
Good
now we get to move on.
Okay. Okay, I love you all, and you did remarkable things in the last 2 months, and you all want to talk about June Fair because you just worked your butts off and everything. However, 8 o'clock is coming up, so please, if you don't have to go on about it, that would be fantastic, and point out to me when I start rambling, okay?
I'll give you a nudge.
Okay, yeah. All right, and you can escalate the consequences. All right, so, Haldor didn't make it tonight, she's out of town. Kier is attending virtually so that she does not give us illness, but they did send their reports in. And that leads us to Owen.
Yep.
Oh. So
Reports in, online.
great.
We've been pretty busy actually for the last couple of months. A number of people have put in for names, devices, badges, and otherwise. And I will continue to address those as they come. However, I'm still looking to do that role switch with Archive as soon as it becomes viable to do so, which I think would be after Onward.
Okay, Carl, you're planning an ANS day and you need a $200 deposit?
So the tentative date for ANS Day is September 6th, which I hope is a Saturday, if I've got that date right. I still need to bounce that off the venue. They had previously said it was open. I need to verify that one last time. It's the same venue we had the spring ANS Day in. I got a lot of positive feedback on that as far as being able to have separate classrooms and still have a very large general room for people to congregate and chat. So then they want a $200 security deposit that they're very grateful if we turn into a donation. So I'll need a check.
Okay.
And, sorry, and we'll be opening up a forum for prospective instructors sometime this week, so that people can start filling in what classes they would want to teach, and then Bianca and I will build a schedule. That's it, I promise.
Great. Lucy, thank you for the online report. Scholars, y'all had a meeting. Rakeza.
We did, we had a meeting, I'll stand up so you can hear. We had a meeting where we discussed what the scholars program was and laid out what the criteria are for this year's Scholars Collegium, for lack of a better word. The due date for Scholars paper is the 15th of September. I know that's short, but we didn't quite get together. and presentations will be scheduled for Harvest Feast. And you'll know if you have a presentation slot by October 1st. So if you have any more questions, the criteria for the scholars papers is on the website now. If you have any questions about that, you can talk to myself or Kiara or Thangbren or any of the other scholars. I'm the point person for contact. So, if you have any questions, I'm here.
Great.
We don't need any money.
Poseidonus?
Is,
Oh,
he's a little far away.
He's a little far.
okay.
A little out of range.
Is there a, well. All right, Chief Archer?
Yes. I'm here.
So you've been going down to the Autumn War site with the drone weapons.
Yeah, I'm assuming you saw my online report.
Yes.
Yes.
You sent it in
Yes.
time enough for me to read it.
I tended to blather in it, but yes. Kara and I went down to look at the site because there were stories going back and forth that there was maybe not going to be room for archery, or maybe not, or maybe. As I said in my report, I got myself lost on the way down there, but Kara and I were traveling separately, so she arrived on time and was able to claim a nice big piece of real estate. So we're going to have room for a full-size royal round range from children to adults.
good.
10 yards to 40 yards, and thrown weapons, and it looks like we also have room down there for a York.
Fantastic.
So we can do maybe lots of shooting. Maybe. But that's between now and Autumn War. Anything can happen.
Are you recruiting for staff members, or are those all filled?
No, I don't. I have to recruit for staff members, especially if we're going to take the baronial archery pavilion, because I would like to, because it's down there and it's in the open, and it might still be hot, but I have no pavilion erecting experience. And when it comes to crawling around on the ground, driving giant tent stakes, if I start crawling around on the ground, I probably won't be able to get off the ground. So I'm going to be hitting up everybody I can think of, and possibly even strangers off the streets.
Are you still looking for 24 by 24 inch cardboard? And is that a year-round thing?
Cardboard, yes. It's a year-round thing because basically that's the size we use to glue the target faces onto. So yeah, that's more or less an ongoing thing. But don't worry, if the cardboard pieces are a little bit small, I can always mix and match pieces to make the right size. They may not be pretty, but they will be cobbled together.
Oh.
That's not a big thing.
All right.
It's fixable.
All right, Liz is off having fun. Rapier. Maybe they're rapiering. What? Heavy? Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I just heard it.
impromptu speech.
So I posted everything online, so.
Excellent. Siege Archive. Hey, I see that Siege actually did Siege stuff at Ontario Westmore. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Hey, and thrown weapons.
We got killed by ballista bolt.
Oh.
We actually
There was
received
siege on siege
a
action.
siege on siege casualty. It was fantastic.
Nice.
I might toss some things in on Tuesday. I actually got a chance to spend a couple of days with Master Quinn and pick his brain on a number of topics, inclusive of upgrades to the Docmos and a few other things, which I hope to be able to discuss with everybody as soon as we switch the handover.
We should have a siege practice.
And some workshop days. That's will be on the books as soon as we switched over.
Sorry, that's our intent.
Yak, I got your report.
Yeah, we have things.
Hi. So we had an injury during teardown. The child is fine, but we are implementing a new rule that children are not allowed to help tear down the Eric poles, no matter how much they insist. And everyone needs to stop the children from doing that now when they decide to be extra helpful. That was really the only exciting things. We have 2 practices coming up, but yeah.
IPA, Chatelaine.
Okay. My report's online, but I wanted to, just for everybody that's here, just let you guys know that if you have any positive feedback about the newcomers night, I'd love to hear it. You can either send me a message, let me know in person, or send me a message on Facebook. I'd like to know what you thought went well or what you think maybe we could change for next year to help it go even better. And then also, if you have any ideas for any of our videos, if you want to be featured in a video, if you've got any ideas about videos, let me know, because we're getting quite a bit of traction on them, and we'd love to add some more.
Awesome videos.
They are amazing.
Video.
Are you still gonna do the SCA when you're in Hollywood shooting your movies?
Oh, absolutely.
Hopefully they'll have like on-site shoots in Europe and stuff, and you can go research on the weekend.
I mean, I feel like I could do a 3-minute video while I'm like walking to my site or my
trailer.
my trailer. Yeah,
I volunteered for personal assistant when you're traveling.
perfect.
The only problem is she's down in Hollywood. That's Kai.
Yeah.
It is.
It's gonna be on the other side.
I was gonna say
Maybe we need to grow.
It-
pretty nice.
Honestly, she could be based out of Vancouver, and that's still on tier, baby.
Hey, yeah, there's some truth to that.
We have the Vancouver studios. Thank you very much.
Scribe. No Bjorky?
Bjorky, I don't know, I'm here, but I don't know what she was gonna say.
Okay. Web Minister, Kira.
It's her reports, web minister's
Her-
reports online.
Her report's online. Okay. So we're currently without a means of, sort of without a means of holding meetings online. And they were investigating, the web minister crew were investigating different possibilities. Some of them are free, but you have to get a you have to get a login. You have to get a new login for it. So they did some investigation. They don't have their final results yet, but I would like to make a final decision on what we're doing at the September business meeting, because we were unable to hold one meeting and there's other meetings coming up. I also emailed the Kingdom about borrowing their Zoom account. We'll see when I get a response on that. Yeah. So, and I hear in the future the Kingdom is switching over to Google Teams, so
Yeah.
that'll keep us young. The more progress we...
have a login or another email address.
No.
So, yeah, I can add a little bit to this. I haven't seen Kira's report, so I'm not sure what she covered, but.
It's not in there.
Oh, okay. Some of the top contenders are, we could subscribe to Zoom again. We know what that's like. Those of us who were around for the lockdown anyway. We could maybe borrow the Kingdom Zoom account. They have a larger account that lets more than one thing happen at a time. So that's technically feasible if they're comfortable with us doing it. It might involve assigning a local deputy to handle that, but we should be able to do that. There's also Discord. Discord is free, and you can have like a chat room with a meeting. I'm streaming this meeting to Discord, for example. But you do have to sign up for a Discord account to get into the room. And then there's, for things that are just a presentation, you can stream those on YouTube. This meeting is also streaming on YouTube. And then if we sign up for Google, or if the kingdom moves to Google, which is the plan, just unclear what the timeline is, then we can use Google Meet, which in my opinion is the best of the batch. You don't need an account to join, just the person running the meeting needs an account. And it's, in my eyes, Google Meet is like Zoom, but easier. But it requires either us or the kingdom to move to Google first. So there's a hurdle there.
Excellent. I get the impression that when you're waiting for a kingdom change, it seems like nothing happens forever, or it changes in the blink of an eye. So,
Yeah.
all right. When?
So I'm the one who needs it in order to run the Pearls meetings. I am absolutely opposed to any forum in which each individual member of the event has to get a new login, because it ain't gonna happen. That herd of cats ain't gonna do that. So anything that doesn't require that is optional, like the way Zoom is. All you do is you send them a link and people log in. That's what I'm looking for. If Google, whatever, does that, fabulous. But if we have to wait for another meeting, that means the Pearls meeting and possibly I'm not in charge of the Wyvern meeting, but the Pearls meeting will have to wait until then. And we're getting awful close then to the next event. Now, options can be that we meet in person before then, here on a Tuesday. So that is an option. Or an option is to meet virtually in the Facebook group in order to make decisions. But
are you aware that you can run a Zoom meeting? You can.
yeah,
For
45 for 40 minutes, and that don't work.
Get 2 or 3 people, line up one right after the other, get them set. Maybe you might have to wait a couple of minutes, but at least it's an answer.
Yeah, and another option is if we decide to, we could sign up for a Zoom account temporarily. Well, I should rephrase that. We have a Zoom account. We can make it a paid Zoom account temporarily and then turn it off when we don't need it. That is an option.
Well, that would be lovely.
So, the Scribble Guild is also doing classes online and on Zoom.
I don't like the mic. So the Scribble Guild is also doing classes on Zoom. We would be doing them every month, and we've had requests to do them twice a month. Right now we're using my personal account. 45 minutes is not long enough to herd a very small herd of cats. So, but there is a need for it if other than just this one faction.
So, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I thought we got this through. So, the hang-up is picking the right one?
The web team wanted time to look through the options.
Okay.
Yeah. And it turns out since our last meeting, they have been looking through the options quite thoroughly. And I would like to decide at the September meeting and write out a check if we have to, or go to the free one if we have to.
So, we don't have to wait for the September meeting. If the Baronial Web Minister picks one between now and that time, they can email or message anyone on the financial committee, and we can talk about it and approve it, because it's already been approved.
So if the web team decides before then, they can...
Yes, because the money part's already been agreed upon.
Great.
To allow up to $20 per month.
Right, so if it's anything more than that, we can readdress it in, it does not have to be in the official forum, it would need to be read into the official forum.
I don't want to force the web team. I don't want to dictate to the web team what we're going to do when they're the experts in that area. But if they reach a decision before the September meeting, I would be thrilled to
Exactly.
get up and go.
If it's something different than Zoom, which many of us know how to do, then we need some kind of training before we use it.
That is true, and it would take more than an evening of training. It's a new, I think we'd learn faster if Zoom like blew up and was no longer available, but it takes ongoing training and motivation, and change is hard. Change is hard, so.
And I'm having a hard time understanding why Zoom's not a possible.
The web team, which is a very tech-friendly, there are better options for people who are using other programs, and
Well, I mean, the short answer is there are trade-offs to all of the choices. Zoom is a valid option, so is Discord, and people disagree, so we just have to come to a decision.
And
Right.
finding the best option with every range of technical ability, whether it's effectively Luddite, that's meant lovingly, to someone who works in IT.
yes,
think
count
And we
as
have that whole
E.
range.
I think we need to choose the lowest common denominator so that we can be more inclusive. You know, it's got to be easy to
Okay.
use so that we can be inclusive.
Yes, and I would say that the majority of us already are comfortable using Zoom. But I also remember when we went away from a paper newsletter and people objecting to that, but we adjusted. Yes, count as C.
Speaking of one of the largest Luddites in the area.
It was meant lovingly.
See, I know, and it's true, and I wish I weren't, but I am. That's what it is. But anyway, could I possibly suggest that we shell out a few bucks for like a room at the library and actually get together in person? I mean, I know that's pretty radical, but it's the weather at this time of year is not a problem. Everybody lives within a pretty reasonable range. Not everybody goes to these meetings anyway, and I, for one, would be more than happy to go and fetch somebody who lives on my way if they have no way of getting there. And also, I'd kind of like to see us in one room again, talking face to face about what we do. But it's a thought. Thank you.
I thought we got a place at the library free every quarter. Can you actually rent a room in the library?
You know, I've used the library in ages.
I can speak to that. No, it does not cost anything.
Even better.
And what
I
library?
borrow a library room,
Over
as long as you're not doing anything for the purposes of making money or otherwise, then you can get a room as a local citizen up to 10, I believe, once a month, 12 times a year. I did so for a drone making workshop I did with a bunch of kids.
I just joined Kids Up Computing Seniors, and we meet there every Thursday. But just, and maybe this isn't relevant, but I did a lot of market studies in my corporate life where you document your criteria before anyone even starts talking about a product, and then you objectively apply those criteria to every product you're looking at, and then you count up the scores, and that's your answer. And if one of those criteria is that you don't make someone create yet another account that they're only going to use for this online meeting, then that, I mean, to me, that's a fairly important criteria. It may not be for everybody, but it certainly is for a lot of folks, because we have way too many accounts as it is. So I just want to make sure that all those criteria are being are being heard. I didn't know if that had gotten input to the web team yet or not.
I don't know.
I don't know how, what criteria they're working from.
My only criteria is it's gotta be easy for me and it's gotta be easy for the members, and having to register everybody for like Discord is completely out the door. I would rather meet in person. And meeting in person may be the best thing to do anyway, if we had a place to meet. That's why I suggested Tuesday nights, even though it's noisy in here, and we would have to separate people for the meetings. The library is a viable option, but that is a lot more organization and stuff for the secretary. Whereas, for me, I understand what you're saying, but for me, Zoom is easy, and it's done, and I don't have to leave my house.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's good to meet in person sometimes, and I don't want to separate for a Wyvern meeting or something. I can remember like going to an event where I was like sitting out in the hall by myself while all the Wyverns were in the kitchen, and it just sucked. I felt so excluded. And let me also say that we also use the VFW, which cuts us a remarkable deal, letting us have a storage shed and letting us do our weapons and everything. I don't know. And I also want to mention, I forgot to mention the people who are not always able to drive here because of physical challenges. Yes, ma'am.
That's what I was going to say. It can also be challenging for people to get there, and for inclusivity's sake, if people want to meet at the library, you can always set up a computer there for anybody who can still log in via Zoom. It doesn't need an either or.
Okay.
Yep. And, sorry, I'm cutting in line a little bit. But one part of this might be, maybe we do need more than one solution. Maybe we need Zoom for things like the Pearls meeting, but we use Discord for something else. One reason I keep mentioning Discord is we have a lot of people who are not physically in this room who are currently on Discord watching this meeting. And those people are comfortable on Discord. So the conversation we're hearing in this room is not representative of that batch of people. On the other hand, we do need to consider the people who are in this room as well. So it's a matter of balancing all of these different tensions. That's all.
And we're fortunate that you're able to stream this to that while we're doing this. It's just magic. I heard another voice.
I was just going for the analog.
So I think we should decide this at the September meeting. Yes, ma'am.
So just as somebody who led an emerging tech and an IT group as we deployed things, Carl gave you guys a great idea. And if your web team isn't working with a list of criteria, you're not going to be able to close. This is basically, if this were my business, I would say, here are the criteria for what we use, and it would lead, I think, to what Menat pointed out. You may end up with two. And that's probably very inclusive. So that was just my thought, is I think that laying out the criteria, if they don't already have a list, and it sounds like from the conversation they do not, they should. And that's, if you want to make a decision next time, I'd think about working together over email to have a list.
And the hybrid meeting, like was what was suggested by Anna, it worked well for the last Wyvern. I believe that was hybrid.
It was, we did in person here and then we streamed it.
Yes. So.
And as long as we're being inclusive, let me once again mention that there are people in the barony who have requested we move our regular Tuesday night to a site that is more accessible to public transit, because walking from public transit down this road here is not the safest thing. Deers might leap out and attack you, we now know, but there could be, serious things that happen that involve people. I'm glad nobody was harmed in the deer incident. Okay.
Now I'm nudging.
Okay, all right. Where were we? Oh, wait, here. Okay, social media. Our social media team is amazing. They reports online. Thank you, Katerina and Ann and Mog and Bianca and Key. Stuart, Chloe.
Is
Okay.
feeling poorly.
feeling.
And
Okay,
it's online.
librarian, Carl achieved something amazing.
Real quick, the baronial library listing is updated and online, and it's live. It's actually reflecting what is in the library now. And I wrote a hopefully not too long set of instructions on how to use the listing and how to filter and find things that you're interested in. And then there's also a process for how you check out books. And the process is really easy. Basically, you find something you're interested in. The listing will tell you if it's checked out or not. If it isn't checked out, message me any way you can, email or Facebook or Discord or you name it, to let me know you're interested in it, and I'll bring it to the next social. Trying to make it as easy as possible and as accessible as possible. So, yay, and huge thank you to the web folks, especially Katerina, for working with me on getting this up and running.
Would you, no, that is a question. Would you want to add the board games as checkout items in the library?
That is a possibility. And we could just specify that for board games, they contact you. We have a budding musical instrument blending library that I don't think she's here. Ash is, or Stephanie Winchester is my deputy, my Bardic deputy, and she's got this instrument lending library that we're about to add a ukulele to. So we can do that too, and just message her if you're interested in checking out an instrument. So yeah, we could. That's all workable.
Okay.
Good idea. So if you just get me a listing of the games you want to have available for checkout, I'll get them in the library listing.
Okay.
Awesome idea.
Quick question. I have some books at home that were given to me that I don't have room for, that could go to the library. Do I just give them to you? Or?
Yep, bring them in. I'll get them cataloged, and I will curate them. I won't guarantee that they'll all end up in the library, because the library is getting full. So there's going to be some books that I'll check with their excellencies, and we'll move out. Like we have a 12-volume set of the Voyages of English Discovery that I don't think anyone's ever touched. So some of those may move out to make room for more
Interesting.
popular.
Pertinent.
Yes. But yeah, I will gladly take donations. Thank you.
Okay, I don't see youth and family activities. EDIB, Jazz.
Online.
And Misty Ridge. The Seneschal is here with us today. They all put their reports online yesterday.
So our reports are all online. Thank you. I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you to everybody who came to Beltane and helped and made us feel so engaged and inclusive. I was here meeting with their excellencies in Purnell because I think we've met all of the criteria in our last correspondence with His Grace Duke Sturker. So I'm going to send an email that says, I did everything you said. What do you think? With a little bit more grace. And then we have a woman, and I wanted to ask for a decision today, that has volunteered to be a chatelaine. I have her SCA number. I mean, she has her AOA. She's been an SCA player since 1990. None of you will have met her. She's recently from Kaid. But what she is doing is she is in an apartment, and she's actually hosting a monthly social for us. So it gives us a place that is the perfect price, free, for us to get together. And that's really a gift. And then she had a really great idea. We did our first one in July. She had everybody fill out an index card with their name, their phonetic spelling, what they were interested in, and what they did. So it was really pretty amazing. So hopefully with AOF and you guys, we'll get a yes, and I'll fill out the form. So thank you.
I vote yes.
I vote yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to sign that form.
Oh, I'll just send it to you on email.
Okay. Thank you. Guilds and groups, culinary spirit makers. You guys have been partying away.
We had a nice picnic.
don't know what's up next.
We had a dinner and we had a picnic. Okay, anyways. Autumnmore. Oh, we already did that. No, wait a minute, I'm in the wrong spot. Okay, well, Scribble Guild. Their reports online. And Beautification Committee.
Nothing new to report.
Okay,
I think
but
we
it
got
all.
that last banner up in the nick of time for June Fair. I think it made a nice presentation in the residence hall. And we'll be taking stock of the fabric that we have left and making up some new designs to utilize the rest of the fabric and be making probably some new banners over the winter.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Hey, and that takes us to events. June Fair.
It's online.
It's online. But it was wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. And with that awful weather. And yet, oh, okay. So that brings us to Autumnmore, which, Brian, anything else to say?
No, not yet. I've got ideas, but then I've always got ideas, and they sort of flitter around like virtual quantum things coming in and out.
Okay.
So they're really hard to get hold of.
Harvest Feast, Haldora and Kier aren't here. I don't know if she's like typing dialogue right now for you to read off. Hey, Harvest Feast is cooking along. That's a pun. And a very bad pun.
Can I add that Audrey will be running the scholarly presentations on the day of Harvest?
Okay.
I'll be working with Eldora for the DNS and Bardic activities.
Alrighty. It's a great venue. We're doing New World Food, which is you go and then you brag to everybody about, oh no, I know the food from this area, the food from this area. So that'll be nifty.
They're also looking at a different format than we've done in the past. They're going to do several courses throughout the day instead of doing it all in one clump. So there'll be things earlier and at various times during the day.
So we're probably looking at smaller portions each course, because there's going to be a lot of food throughout the day. Nobody wants to just eat, go to sleep, eat, go to sleep.
I do.
I love the idea of just
I think I saw in their report that they're just telling people to bring their cups for drinking and not their full feast gear, right?
Yes.
Right, correct. That's the other thing, is that we're using the serving ware of the hall because it will not be possible to wash personal gear between courses or between meals.
Interesting.
But bring your best hobbit feet because you're going to be eating first breakfast, second breakfast, etc.
For everybody who's been to Kingdom Feast, it's a very similar format.
Yep, that's the inspiration.
Yeah. Kier actually asked me to interject, if I may. She would like to ask if anybody would make a motion on behalf of the Chronicler to approve the June meeting minutes.
I motion we approve the June meeting minutes.
Second.
Did the thing.
She's watching.
She's literally watching.
Always watching.
Anybody opposed? Thanks, Matouche. Matouche did the thing.
Okay, Candlemas. Mishka from Bladlanor will be the event steward for that. But of course, they would love to have us help out instead of just enjoying it after we're used to eating at Harvest Feast. Ostara's coming up after that. If we could have an event steward for that, that would be fantastic. If you haven't been an event steward before, this is one that this is like a baby step. This is one I'd be aiming for instead of taking something crazy big on. Beltane is also in search of an event steward. Get in early and have some fun. Okay, and then we get to, wait a minute. All right. So, we took July off because we had those events all crammed in there and newcomers nights, which was great, but then it was kind of hard doing the reports and people wanted to talk about June Fair. And if we hit the same type of packed July, do you guys think that we should skip the July? Yeah? Or who's in favor of having it? Who's in favor of doing reports for July but not having a meeting?
Oh, I like having the meeting.
Like-
I just not on the first weekend.
Put it off a week.
Yeah.
Because we can move it back.
Yeah, we could have,
Yeah.
we could have had it on my birthday.
And it's
Yes.
That was probably gonna be
and it's entirely possible that
Being
next
a
year
financial committee and
July
getting cupcakes and social
coronation's
is part
not
of the
going to
thing.
be the
Okay.
immediate
Hopefully.
week following Ontario West
Yeah.
War. Hopefully there's gonna be a little gap in between.
Yeah, because you have all of the power to move it to a different week. It doesn't have to stay on the first.
I saw 2 hands up for having a meeting in July, and I saw 1 thumbs up for not having a meeting. Is there anybody else who wants to put in a vote?
How many in here went to Ontario West War and how many stayed home? How many went to Ontario West? See, the majority of them are here.
I was going to, but.
Because they're,
How many people crashed their trailer and didn't go to?
How many people went to Ontario West? How many people went to Ontario West?
They don't go to the meeting, they're outside. What about the people that go to the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Raise your hand if you're thinking about going to Penzic literally next week. Yeah.
I can't afford it.
They don't have a day trip fee. So weird.
So that brings.
Can I, so when we talked about, I'm sorry to interrupt, but when we talked about moving it back 1 week, the thought and process behind that was that all of our newcomers then would be, would come in and they would have this awesome newcomers night, and then the next time that they would come in, it would be like, boom, business meeting. And so that was kind of the idea of asking if we could postpone having the business meeting just to kind of get all of our newcomers to kind of, get started, to get, everything, get everybody kind of used to everything at first. Sorry, I got distracted by the horn beeping.
I know, what is going on? We could also consider having entertainment or classes for the newcomers
Yeah.
on the meeting night.
Alternatively, because it's going to be July
Yeah.
or June, depending, we can also work on having an outdoor class because the weather theoretically will cooperate. So whether it's, here's how to build a combat thrown weapons class, or,
Yeah.
here's an introduction to Scribble, here's a bookmark. We could probably, and the lighting would be fantastic outside, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But if we maybe focused on having an outdoor class that way there was something to do, because one of the things that I really like championing is I understand that there's the business meeting the next week. The way I frame it, instead of, oh no, you came the wrong week, this is the boring stuff, I like framing it as, here's a peek behind the curtain, this is how we work.
Yeah.
This is what keeps us going. Do you want to see behind the curtain? Do you want to see how the sausage is made? This is it.
Yeah. And I know some people are really into that, and some people really, really like that, and some people are a little intimidated by
100%.
full of people having these big conversations and some people have really big feelings at these meetings.
100%.
And that can be really intimidating.
So I maybe if we can find the balance between having an option for both. Here's an activity, here's a peek behind the curtain.
I like that.
We don't have to make a special effort to have activities on Tuesday.
Not a panicking small child or something? Okay.
It's just our having a hard time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Um,
damp.
Okay, here's my meaningful message.
Quick thing that might be worth noting in this conversation, the way that everything falls, I think we slightly gain a week in between June Fair and business meeting because the July 26th business meeting would be on the 7th anyway. So then if June Fair is the weekend of the 19th, then that leaves the 23rd for newcomers night, then the 30th in between newcomers, and then the business meeting.
Chatelain's happy.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rowan.
Thanks. Okay. I printed out an earlier version of my report, so wait a minute. Here's my speech. Anyways, hey, I am filled with gratitude for this barony working and playing so well together. Okay. I hate saying things I feel now. You all are breaking me. No. Okay, here we go. Power through. Hey, we all work to have a good time in our hobby instead of having high school drama. I really appreciate how things arise and they need to be fixed and people report it or fix it. And then we go back to having a good time instead of sitting around gossiping about it. You guys are like all grown-ups. Sorry if you're not a grown-up.
They're over there gathered around the tablet.
Okay.
I guess we can consider Kettle a grown-up.
I may be old, but I refuse to grow up.
So that brings us to you guys, doesn't it? I don't know, I lost track. Background checks. You're looking for a deputy? Oh yes, we're looking for a deputy for Seneschal. It doesn't mean I'm gonna fall over dead and you're stuck with it. It means come see what the job is. You may decide that, oh no, thank you. Or you may go, hey, maybe I'm the next one.
It's the real power behind the coordinates.
Also looking for,
It's the only power. We don't have power, baby.
we are strongly looking for a deputy for the Chatelaine because she'll be going off to a movie shoot any day now.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm gonna post something later. I just didn't want to post it in like, things get lost when you post things during tonight and, there's a lot of information, so.
Okay. Something mischief.
Okay. It's always a good time to write an award. Don't put it off. Then you don't have enough time and you feel bad when the person doesn't get it. Okay. Let's see. Don't let worthy people go unrewarded. It's super easy, I swear. It's super. Write it on a Post-it and hand it to me. Okay, anyways. We already covered that. We already covered background checks are going through nice and speedy right now if you're thinking about working with YAPA or YAC. And that brings us to our excellencies.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. Lots of stuff. Yes. June Fair was incredible. It was a wondrous joy to behold. There are never adequate words, but our deepest gratitude to the incredible event team. They're fantastic.
Inestimable
volunteer crew,
yeah.
Our incredible court team, our tireless retinue, and our wondrous barony. A massive cheer for all of DragonsLaire folks who were recognized, elevated, celebrated, both in sitting and roving courts. DragonsLaire looked incredible, behaved admirably, and their former majesties praised all of their efforts. Newcomers Night seemed. Newcomers Night was a wonderful time. I believe a great time was had by all. We had so many new people going through. Real big shout out to Aoife the subdivision of the field and everything, it
Yeah.
worked just so fantastically. So hats off.
Athenaeum. Our ANS champion presented and did incredibly well. It was actually my first time going to the event, and it is now and forever on the must-attend list. If you think about like a kid's science fair, except there are no volcanoes, and every single presentation is either a special interest or a special interest waiting to happen. Highly recommend going, and it was wonderful to see so many faces while we were there.
Ontier westward, DragonsLaire thoroughly invaded southern Ontier, and for the first run of camping as the Pacifica Alliance, a tri-baronial community comprised of Glamir, Blothanor, and DragonsLaire. There were a lot of lessons learned about all three groups camping together. We're eager to keep building the momentum for a combined community with our friends and neighbors. Legio, Draconis, and Myrmidons both performed admirably on the field. Wonderful, strong forces on the field. That was fantastic to see.
We do want to note that our baronial champion was ruthlessly stolen.
Yep.
And by ruthlessly stolen, I mean kindly borrowed after asking, by his former majesty for the Hammer Squad, which was super fun. And a massive cheer for all of the DragonsLaire folks who were recognized, elevated, and celebrated in court.
Yeah.
And we're almost done. July coronation. A small league of DragonsLaire folks braved the heat of Eastern Washington, and we want to express our sincere gratitude for their excellencies Anna and Nikolai for all of their incredible efforts during their reign. Our new sovereigns stepped up in a beautiful ceremony, and we can't wait to see what mischief they're up to next. So thank you all for traveling from one end of Ontier to the other in 4 very short weeks. Thank you all for your incredible efforts. I am consistently blown away by DragonsLaire's ability to show up. And not only do you show up with enthusiasm, you show up with grace, you show up with joy. And I am just so incredibly proud to be part of your guys' world. That's it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to upcoming events.
Autumn War, September Crown.
September Crown, Autumn War.
Keep getting those.
William
Tell.
William Tell. And I know Her Excellency is probably going to be hanging back and staying home, but I am looking to throw together some war fighters for Baron's Ball come October. So if you want to go be pugnacious with your Baron, let's go.
The convention center is quite nice, and there's a Texas Roadhouse within a block.
So steak, war and steak.
Where's this?
Kennewick.
Tri-Cities.
Oh yeah, I went to July Court. He's going to Baron's Ball, where it's dividing that labor. Being smart.
Equal fries.
But Texas Roadhouse.
Did the biscuits and the steak. Yes.
That's everything we had.
Okay, new business and bids.
Countess? Is this where I get to talk about money for ANS Day?
Bring it up now. But first.
We're gonna go by rank.
Oh.
No, because I gave her the signal and you gave him the signal.
Yeah.
Thank you for the help. All right, let's do this.
All I really have is, because I have a lot of stuff, I'm very motivated to find somebody who could do a yard sale this year. And since nobody else that I'm aware of has offered, I am hereby going to offer to do it. So, the proposed date I've got is September 28th. Kingdom calendar says nothing.
That's Sunday.
Yes, it is Sunday. Because people tend to, yes, here.
Our last one might have been on Sunday.
It was.
Okay.
And a lot of people mentioned they liked that because everybody's got something going on a Saturday, no matter whether it's SCA or not, but Sundays are often open.
Okay.
And so I will get something written up for, put out for, and I really hope some of our pals up in Misty Ridge can come down, and I bet they've got some stuff in their garages too.
Well, they've needed some.
Oh, fine. Oh my gosh, have we got stuff. So, same things will apply as before. We've got plenty of tables and chairs here. We'll do that. If your stuff is not, anything you don't sell, you must remove from the site before we lock the door. Not your mama. No. This will be, everybody is responsible for their own stuff, okay? And let's have a good time with it. Last time was fun. I think we all had a good time just kind of circulating around going, ooh, what's this for? So, and I would like to kick back, make sure that we get that. I myself am going to donate 50% of anything I make to the barony. And I would ask others if you feel so inclined to do so as well, or whatever percentage you want to, because it just seems right.
Thank you.
Love it.
Carl?
What? Oh.
Squirrel.
For fall ANS Day, I will need a $200 security deposit that gets magically transformed into a donation to the church for the venue.
Thank you.
Okay, and just for clarity, this is you saying, I have a bid for let's hold this event. That's what this meeting is.
I didn't know I had to do a bid.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
Okay.
costs money.
I request that we now reopen the finance meeting.
Oh, what an excellent idea.
Excellent idea. Okay. All right, for the finance meeting extra, what do you need?
I need $200 for the security deposit for the venue.
Okay, I'm good.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Can we do the same thing for the garage sale, because it's gonna cost for the hall?
Does it
Sometimes
cost?
they give it to us for free, but we could approve it and then find out if they're gonna let us use it. Oh, it's an all-day thing.
It need to be.
Okay, let's,
Can I ask, if you're going to ask the people with the site to see if there is a difference between having it for part of a day and the whole day? I don't know, it's been ages since I've had to deal with it. I don't know what the current situation is.
that's September.
I suggest, if the financial committee is willing, approving up to a certain amount, and then we can figure out the details